Hello everyone, it's Riley Cook from Toronto Luxury Condos and Homes, and today I'm at Oli Fine Linens, and I'm with Lauren, and she's going to show us the showroom, and they've got so many amazing products, so let's go and check them out.
Come on.
So if someone's coming into your store for the first time, where should they start?
Yeah, so we do have a sprawling 40,000 square feet, so there's a lot to discover. But I always like to start us at what we call our thread count bar, which is an Oli signature and a great educational tool for someone who may be new to the world of fine linens. So this is our thread count bar. It is signature to Oli, something we have done certainly for as long as I've been here. And really this is as much a tactile tool as it is an educational tool. In short, we have all of our core thread counts represented here, which really allows customers to come here, see and feel each fabric, and decide which one they best like the feel of. All of these are woven in Italy and made right here in Canada, so exceptional quality top to bottom. So when I say this is an educational tool, what I mean is that there's a rather pervasive myth out there that thread count is the end-all be-all and the only indicator of quality when it comes to sheeting, which is just patently untrue. When it comes to quality bedding, in fact, the raw material and the quality of the weave are going to be the main indicators of the quality of the sheets. If both of those are premium, thread count really just impacts the feel, which is strictly personal preference. We go all the way from a 220 thread count per cale here, top seller. In fact, the only collection our founder would sleep in. This is going to be super crisp and cool. Think like a freshly laundered cotton button down. And as we go up, we are getting softer, we're getting denser, we're getting a little bit more luxe. But again, that's, some people really like that dense luxe, silky soft. Some love the crisp and cool. It's totally up to you. As I mentioned, all of our core collections are proudly made right here in Canada. We actually have our own workroom in Montreal. And something that's really cool that they do for us is they can do embroidery custom to your specifications. So some of our most popular options are what we call the hotel collection. And that's this 2-line, 3-line. We also have a 1-line option that can be done. We do stock our, sort of best-selling thread colors, but these can be done in over 20 stitch colors, so you can really customize it. If you want bright orange, bright yellow, royal purple, the world is your oyster, and that's something we can do for you right here in Canada.
If someone's buying their first high-end sheet set, where should they start?
I mean, it's a great question. You really want to start with what you love. So we would always ask a series of questions. Do you like something cool? Do you like something silky soft? Do you like something more buttery soft? We kind of narrow down the selection from there. But if someone's coming in completely blind, just show me what I should look at. I would start them here at our 410 thread count per cale. This is hands down our best seller. It's a real crowd pleaser because it strikes a really beautiful balance between crisp and buttery soft, and it gets even softer as time goes on. So like fine wine, it just ages beautifully, and with proper care, you'll get to enjoy it for years to come.
So in terms of proper care, what are things that people should be doing to elongate the life of their sheets?
Another great question, and a really important one. The truth is that fine natural fabrics, they do require a little bit of TLC. The biggest enemy of your fine linens is going to be heat. So long cycles in the dryer are no more. That's going to not only leave you with a really brittle, unpleasant feel, but it's also going to speed up the wear and tear of your sheeting exponentially. It's essentially burning those fine fibers. Think, a blow dryer to the hair, it's just breaking those natural fibers. So that's the number one thing, is avoid that high heat, get in the habit of line or hang drying, and you're gonna enjoy your linens for years longer.
So once you have your sheets selected, where would you go next in the store?
Yeah, so I would come here to start the journey of sort of figuring out what your style is. And again, because we have 40,000 square feet, we get to represent a lot. So this I would call our sort of glam section. More elevated, a little more traditional, rich fabrics like velvet, faux furs. And it's a great place to start to sort of figure out, do you like this more traditional look, or do you want to veer towards something a little bit more modern, a little bit more casual? Very common in this more glam world is something we call a jacquard weave. This is a 100% cotton fabric, but you can see it has a little pattern there that's actually woven in. And that's essentially what a jacquard means. Jacquard is technically the loom, and it's the loom that builds that pattern into the weave. We always say that a duvet cover is really like the canvas of the bed, and you sort of build on top of that. So we recommend you find the duvet cover you love first, then we're going to find everything else to sort of build on top of it. In this case, we have, a velvet coverlet, really up that glam, do some contrast in texture, and some pillows that also incorporate that velvet to sort of bring it all together. And of course, this signature embroidery that can be done, to your specifications. If this more glam, traditional styling isn't quite for you, luckily we have plenty more options. So follow me this way and I will show you what we call our Lavato world. Lavato basically just translates to washed from Italian. So these are all pre-washed fabrics, and what that affords is this really lived-in luxury look. A little more laid back, a little more casual, but still quite elevated and put together.
So would you be using the same materials here, or are these different materials to kind of go with a different collection?
Yeah, fantastic question. So in our Lavato world, we are going to see a lot more linen. Linen is different from cotton in that it is fiber derived from the flax plant, whereas cotton is, of course, from the cotton plant. Flax linen is a thicker fiber. And what that affords you is that sort of inherently rumpled, relaxed look that linen gives. It's also a hollow fiber. So there's sort of a practical reason for the season with linen as well, which is that it's very cooling. And that's why we often say it's summer's favorite fabric. It's going to really help cool you down in the dog days of summer, or if you're a hot sleeper year round.
And are there different textures that you can get from linen? Or are they all fairly similar?
That's a good question. I would say if you're just doing like a plain weave, it's all going to be pretty similar. It tends to be a slightly looser weave, tends to be, that rumpled, relaxed, a bit of texture to it. But if you're introducing linen, and this is a great example to a blend, both components of this duvet cover are linen cotton blends. And that really allows you to get the best of both worlds, both in look, which will be a little bit of a tighter weave, a little bit smoother, and in feel. You get that softness from the cotton introduced to the otherwise sort of, I hate to say rough, but the rougher texture of linen. Plenty of our clients don't use a flat sheet. For that reason, we are always conscious to make the underside of the duvet cover something you can comfortably sleep under. If we were to do this texture on both sides, for those clients that don't use a flat sheet, it might be a little uncomfortable having that waffle texture on you.
Do you guys just sell bedding here?
No. So, linens are definitely the crux of what we do, and right there in the name. But I would say we kind of do everything that will contribute to a comfortable sleep and a beautiful bedroom. And we also do bath products, which we'll get to. But the furniture you're seeing all around here, which obviously is a key component of anyone's bedroom, is also for sale. Also proudly made right here in Canada, and also customizable. So this bed frame, for example, we have a whole book of fabric swatches you can choose from. We can have it custom upholstered to your specifications. It's done right here in Ontario, and it's a great way to complete the bedroom.
Do you work with interior designers as well if they needed something custom done?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a huge database of fantastic interior designers that we work with. So when they come into the store for their projects, we usually set them up over here at our design center. This is where they can review different swatches, start storyboarding so they can create their clients' dream beds. Now, as we've seen, we have a huge selection, but when it comes to designers, projects can be very specific. They could be looking for a specific color, a specific texture. That's where our custom fabric options come in. If they can't find what they need on the sales floor, we can come over here and definitely we can find it in here. You can see here we have this cotton sateen collection in a rainbow of colors, and that just scratches the surface. Goes into more colors and more and more and more beyond that. Different fabrics as well. We have some textures back here. We have some jacquards over here. We have velvets, just really anything they might need to create that dream bed for their project and their client.
And what would be the typical turnaround time if someone did want something kind of custom made for a project?
Yeah, it's a great question. So with our workroom in Montreal, which again is where most of this stuff is made, we're typically looking at about 4 weeks or so, which in the industry is actually not so much. With some of these fabrics, which do all come to us from Italy, might be a little bit longer since we have to wait to get the fabric in, but we'll always do everything we can to expedite, meet deadlines. You know, we know that things can be due yesterday, and we will do everything we can to get it to you.
If someone is doing, say, a brand new build out on a home, and they're trying to think, you know, about having linens and these things, at what point in their home build do you think that they should come and visit you guys? Do you think it should be after the fact when the whole house is done, and do you think this is something that should be conceptualized kind of while the planning's going along?
Yeah, so I would say it depends. If they're looking for furniture for the space as well, then a little bit earlier is better, so you can make sure that that, you know, is accounted for when concepting the size. I mean, so many things about the actual build of the room. If you're coming to us just for linens, then I think it's okay to have that as sort of like later in the production sort of thing, a finishing touch, get the soft goods in the end. If you're not in need of anything custom, but you're looking for something a little outside of the glam or lived-in luxury look, this brings us to our sort of easy living world. These are really laid back, casual collections that are really easy care as well. When we go through here, you'll see some prints, some textures, some patterns. Often we say it's great for kids and cottages, but honestly, it's great for any room of the house, depending on what you love.
So once you've chosen your bedding, are there any other aspects that you should be thinking about?
Absolutely. So as much as the sort of top of bed matters, I would say what's on the inside counts as well. And that's what brings us here to our pillows and duvets, which are really key when it comes to your quality of sleep, and it impacts the aesthetic of the bed as well. So this is our signature pillow and duvet wall, something we have always done. And the reason we do this, have all of our pillows and duvets right here on display. Our clients are not only allowed but encouraged to touch these, feel these, get under them, lay on top of the pillows. And that's so they can find the perfect fit for them. It's a very nuanced world when it comes to pillows and duvets, so we want to give our clients every opportunity to find what's exactly right for them.
And do you have a certain collection that you find is most popular?
Yes, I would say that our Tremblant collection is our most popular duvet. There is no one size fits all, but much like the 410 percale, if someone was coming in blind, I think I would start here and sort of move from there. All of our Oli duvets are actually made here in Canada, but this one in particular also features a Canadian-sourced goose down. Now, without getting too into it, goose down is, of course, a natural insulator. That's what its job is in nature. So when you take that goose down, which is ethically sourced, it is obviously going to translate to an insulated covering. We have these available in lighter weight for those who might run warm or not need the excess of warmth. And we go all the way up to a deluxe winter weight, and that's for frigid temperatures or very cold sleepers. But whether you run really hot at night, really cold, or fairly even temperatured, we definitely have something for you.
And would you recommend someone to have multiple duvets for different times of the year, especially in Canada? Or do you think you could get away with just having one duvet for the entire year?
I think it's really personal preference. I personally have one duvet year round. Truth be told, I don't have the space to store another one, and I find that mine works for me 99% of the year. But we absolutely have clients who switch them out faithfully. They have their summer duvet, they have their winter duvet, and that's how they like it. So I would never oversell and say buy two. But if that's what you want, if you find that your needs really differ season over season, it's something we can certainly accommodate.
So once you've chosen your duvet, would you choose the same collection of pillow, or are pillows a little bit different?
Pillows, I'd say, are definitely a little bit different. So just like our duvets, these are made right here in Canada. And as you can see, we have a wide range of them. It's not like a matching set. There is no need to go with the same pillow as your duvet. It's just what works best for you. Now, there is definitely like common knowledge out there, or common wisdom about sleep position and how that should impact your pillow selection. We kind of say put that to the side. You want to go with what works best for you. You want to base this off of your personal preferences in terms of firmness and support. It can be hard to know what that is though. And that's why we have them all right here. Take a few, go try them out, find what's perfect for you. So as I mentioned, we have a bunch of bed frames available, which can be custom upholstered. But we also have these fantastic wooden bed frames, also a line that includes nightstands and dressers. And these are also proudly made and very meticulously crafted right here in Ontario.
So now that we've got all the bedding sorted, is there anything else that people should be thinking about to kind of enhance their sleep experience?
Definitely. So over here we have our loungewear section. We kind of call it for in bed and out. So there are definitely strict PJs that you're not going to want to wear to the cocktail bar. But then we have other cozies which can be worn, headed out, running errands, however much you want to dress it up. We also offer a range of robes, and bath in general is another thing we do. So if we head over here, we have a huge range of bath linens as well. And believe it or not, bedding is, of course, our bread and butter, but these are some of our absolute best sellers. This collection in particular, it's called our Oli Luxe Towels, and these are a really plush, absorbent, 100% cotton towel. Our customers absolutely swear by them. We can't keep them in stock, and I think it takes one feel to figure out why people absolutely love these.
And where do you get the materials for these towels?
Yeah, so these are woven and made for us in Portugal. We have a lot of our bedding, which is woven in Italy, and some woven in Portugal as well, which is also a fantastic textile producer with a very long tradition of working with textiles. So just like bedding, one size, one style does not fit all. So if the Oli Luxe isn't quite for you, we also have lighter weight options that are more buttery soft to the touch, and some textured options for those who like that sort of exfoliating feel to the towel. All of these are made for us in Portugal as well. Excellent quality, 100% cotton, absorbent, everything you want from a towel.
And can the towels be embroidered as well?
Yes, they can. So our workroom, in addition to custom embroidering or monogramming bedding, we can do that on robes, we can do that on towels to add that personalized touch to your bathroom. Again, it's really the world is your oyster. If you want it embroidered, we can probably do it.
And for the embroidery, is it kind of set to a specific font or style, or can it be whatever you want?
Yeah, so we do have a sort of booklet of all the standard fonts and different stylized monograms we offer. But our workroom can accommodate if you have a custom logo, if you're really set on a certain font, we can really accommodate anything. So we can go through, our standard options, and if none of it quite suits you, let us know what you're after. We'll reach out to our workroom, get a quote, figure out how to make it happen.
Lauren, that was incredible. There's obviously so much knowledge that you guys have throughout all your products, and I think that there's so many details that I would love to kind of pick your brain on about how you source from different countries, why you choose certain materials, why you bring certain things in based on trend or just design. So we'll definitely come back throughout the year and kind of get some more info from you. But in the meantime, if someone wants to reach out and get more information about your products or come and check out the store, what's the best way for them to do that?
Yeah, so first of all, thank you for coming by. It was a pleasure showing you around. Now, to get in touch with us, you can head to our website, olifinelinens.com. We have all of our contact information on there, phone numbers for the stores, email address for general anything. We're very good at getting back to people. And in terms of the stores, we have our location here on Tychos Drive, a second location at Yonge and Eglinton, both of which are open 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you.